I have seen a lot of E3s in my day. I have seen them. I have personally attended them. I've gone to like, oh, I don't know, seven of them, something like that. I cover them from home now because, as far as Nintendo goes, with Nintendo not doing a live presentation anymore, it's easier to cover from home. But yeah, I've seen a lot from E3. I've seen a lot of fantastic reveals. I've seen a lot of awesome games, a lot of memorable moments, but I really can't remember seeing anything quite like what happened at the Ubisoft press conference today. In general terms, I think Ubisoft had a pretty great conference. They showed off a lot of different games. They showed off support for a whole bunch of platforms, a lot of different genres and stuff like that. New IP, established franchises. So I really like that stuff. But that's not really what I'm talking about here to praise Ubisoft's presentation. It was a couple of the developers that were on display that made for moments that I'm sure they'll never forget, and I certainly won't forget them either. David Soliani is a creative director at Ubisoft Milan, and he is heading up Mario and Rabbids Kingdom Battle, which is finally confirmed as of today. And he was talking about in an interview how much this project meant to him and how he knew it was a once-in-a-lifetime kind of deal to be able to take on such a big project with such, memorable and important characters like Mario and the entire Mario universe. These are, global brands that millions of people have experienced, and now he's getting to be a part of that franchise. So he realized how important it was and how big of a position it was and the shoes he needed to fill to handle this project. And he also, in that interview, talked about how he was pretty much starstruck when he met Miyamoto. And he was saying, I had to be professional on one hand, so he's talking about how he had to present the demo that they had made to Nintendo for the game. But then on top of that, his other half was thinking, oh man, I really want this guy's autograph. But it's obvious through the interview that his passion is at such a high level for this game, and he's so invested in it. But you didn't need to know any of that beforehand. To see how invested he was in this project, all you needed to do was watch him during the press conference. I'm going to show you the snippet without me talking because I feel like anything other than the sound that came from the press conference would ruin it. So here he is during part of the presentation.
And so when I met Davide-san, who is the creative director of this game. Yes. When I met Davide-san, I had just one condition for this project.
I mean, how amazing is that? All you need to do is look at his face. He doesn't say a single word, but you can see how much this project means to him and how much of a dream was realized. Just how big of a deal it is for him. It's obvious his passion is in this project. He's been working on this for over 3 years. And it was a dream come true. It was an amazing opportunity. And to finally have that presented to millions of people around the world, it was an amazing experience for him. And it's wonderful to get to see that. I'm so happy that this moment was captured on film. I mean, he might be a little embarrassed by it now, looking at how he reacted, but there's nothing to be embarrassed about. Blood, sweat, and tears went into this project. It's a huge deal. And he had his moment in the sun, and I think that's absolutely fantastic. That moment alone would have made for one of my favorite E3 memories ever. But later on in the presentation from Ubisoft, the same kind of thing happened again, if not on a grander scale. Ubisoft, to certainly my surprise and delight, and hopefully millions of other people, finally showed Beyond Good and Evil 2. We had a false start with Beyond Good and Evil 2. I think it's 9 years ago, if not over 9 years ago, where they showed a teaser trailer for a sequel, but that just fell apart. And nothing ever came of it because there was all kinds of setbacks and just whatever. It just didn't happen. And today we saw a sequel, or we saw a trailer for a sequel. It's a prequel, but they're calling it Beyond Good and Evil 2. It's real, and that's the brainchild of Michel Ancel, who a lot of people refer to as the French Miyamoto. He has made numerous fantastic games over the years. He's an amazing developer. But his baby, his brainchild, his project that it was his soul was the first Beyond Good and Evil. And unfortunately, while it was a critical darling, it didn't really sell all that well. That could be due to marketing, that could be due to the direction of the game and what the audience was looking for at the time, any number of reasons. But For those that played it, it seems the opinion is almost unanimous. It was an amazing experience and it still holds up to this day. And as the years rolled on, more and more fans of that game came around through digital re-releases and stuff like that. It's such a wonderful experience and it is his baby. And he's been working so hard and putting up with so much for so long to try and create the sequel. And it seems the stars aligned and the project is finally coming together. So again, I'm not going to talk during this section. I'm going to let his reaction speak for itself.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. First of all, I want to say a big thank you to all the teams who worked very, very, very hard on creating all this world. Again, thank you to all these teams behind us. I want also to say thank you to Yves, with all my heart. Thanks, Yves, for making this happen. This is just amazing. And also a special thanks to the fans of Beyond Good and Evil for sticking with us for so long.
It's about bloody time.
15 years. Almost.
It's a beautiful reaction. It's absolutely fantastic. I again, just like the other one, I love that we have this captured forever. You can see how important this game is to Mr. Ansel. It's a passion project, and he had for almost 15 years setbacks with the game. You can imagine how crushed he was when the game came out and didn't sell well. The reviews were fantastic, but the audience, it just didn't find an audience for whatever reason. And it took so long to fight back to a position where they could actually make the sequel come true. And now he gets to present it. This is the culmination of it. It's a beautiful moment. It's absolutely wonderful. And again, it's another part of the reason why this is one of my favorite E3 moments ever. There are certainly thousands upon thousands of developers who are passionate about their projects, whether they're leading it or, they're play testing it, whatever it may be. So that passion is definitely all around the game industry, but it doesn't get to this kind of level without something special happening. In the case of both developers here, you can see that this is a next level kind of appreciation, a next level kind of passion. These are things that mean so much to these people, and finally getting to show them off to the world means the world to them. It's a wonderful kind of thing. It's something we really don't ever get to see at E3. We see lots of, canned segments where people are reading off of teleprompters, and in the case of Ansel, yes, he had to go back into his PR speak to talk about the game, because that's the job that needed to be done, but he had his moment. He had his moment where it was a real reaction, and he talked to the crowd. So it's just beautiful. I know I've said that a whole bunch of times, but this is unlike anything I've seen at E3, really. And these moments came within an hour of each other in the same press conference. So I love seeing this kind of thing. That kind of passion fuels me in what I do, and hopefully it fuels other people as well, no matter what you're doing, to follow your passions. Find something that you're passionate about and really go for it. Put up with the struggles, put up with all the challenges that come your way, and stick to it, because great things can come about. So congratulations to these guys. I'm going to watch these clips over and over again, and I don't know that I'll ever see anything in an E3 that'll top it. And before today started, I would have never thought that one of my favorite things about E3 would have been people's reactions to their games rather than the game trailers themselves. So a really cool moment, and something that's going to stick with me forever. Hey guys, RMC here from Go Nintendo. If you like what you saw in the video, why don't you give us a thumbs up and maybe even subscribe? We'd love to have you. If you want to see what else we're up to, you can check out GoNintendo.com for 24-hour Nintendo news. You can visit us on Facebook at Facebook.com/GoNintendo. You can check us out on Twitter at Twitter.com/GoNintendoTweet. And we're even over on Instagram at Instagram.com/GoNintendo. I put all the links in the description just to make it easier for you guys to follow. Thanks a lot.